Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody that is probably no contact with you, and oftentimes their thoughts drift to you when they don't have a lot going on, and they wonder whether or not you think about them or if you're happy without them. I feel like it's just a little bit dark, so hold on a second. They wish things could be different, but there's something about these circumstances or perhaps the distance between the two of you, emotional or physical, that makes them feel like there may not be a way to resolve the situation or have an opportunity to make things different. So it could be this person's seeking a lot of solitude or thinking a lot about whether or not there's something that can be done about this. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. If you missed my last live stream, you missed me knocking like half my shelf off. It wasn't that bad. I'm exaggerating. But it took me forever, you guys. I tried to get that orange painting to stand upright again. It's literally just like a little canvas. For the life of me, I could not get it to go. So it's like wedged in between the little the house thing and the Egyptian money. So hopefully it stays. Hello, Elise. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Peggy. How are we doing? I hope you're having a good day. If you're interested in a personal reading, I'd love to do one for you. And my email address is in the description box below. That's okay. I'm just clumsy. Oh, well. Let's start with the Tattoo Tarot. But, while I was picking up the Santa Muerte Tarot, I did find the little dewjobber that sits on top of the Tarot of the Nile. So it was like a 2-for-1. What else do we have? Knight of Swords, 5 of Swords, and the 6 of Wands in the reverse. I see somebody approaching a crossroads or a street light. And have you ever been driving in a place that you're not familiar? Someone else is doing the directions for you, and you haven't found out if you're going through the light or if you need to take a left or right hand turn. And you're looking at this person who's supposed to be on top of the navigation, like, hello, moving vehicle here. We have the 2-headed horse. Hopefully you can see that. And somebody who feels frazzled. I don't know what to do. I don't know which direction to go. This seems like a really big decision. And they chose the wrong direction. I'm sure you've done it, right? Okay, well, you didn't tell me which way to go, so I took a left-hand turn because that seemed natural and I was in the left lane. But hey, thanks. You didn't help out. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Illuminati. Hello, Corey. How we doing? What else do we have? This is why I generally do not like for other people to be in control of navigation. I'm going to have it like on my dashboard, easily accessible. Don't need to rely on anybody. 10 of Wands, 2 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. So I chose the wrong path. I didn't do what I should have. I sabotaged a connection or I said the wrong thing. I do love this person, but somehow we're in no contact anyway. I hope they think about me, but I don't really know because we're in no contact. So definitely sadness and a bit of regret. I feel like I could have handled that better, or I could have been better prepared for that situation. I definitely feel like somebody wishes they could take back their words. We've got Queen of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. I said something I shouldn't have. This is like loose lips sink ships. Maybe I was letting the moment kind of take over because I was in a bad mood, but I said something I shouldn't have, or I let something go that I shouldn't have. Death, Magician in the reverse, Chariot, and the Three of Cups. For some of you, this is a person who lost the affections you had for them through how they treated you. If they were hot and cold, or they tried to control the situation, or wanted you to do certain things, but they weren't willing to do those same things, right? Holding you to a different standard. There is something here that just really wasn't working. And it felt uneven in some way. It could be that this person was comfortable being best friends with an ex of theirs, but asked you that, you know, hey, could you like block that person? It makes me uncomfortable. Something along those lines, a little bit of hypocritical request kind of energy. Hello, Voyager. Hello, Illuminati. Hello, Tiana. How are we doing today? Key controller, I think you might be right about that. Seven of Rings for the Seven of Pentacles, and the Nine of Rings, and the King of Rings in the reverse. Okay. Well, seems like whatever was said or whatever was done made it quite clear that this person wasn't willing to change their life if that would enable them to be with you. I wish things were different implies there's an obstacle here. Hey, you know, it's really great that I love you and you love me, but my job requires that I be here and you're way over there. So, oh well. Yeah, you know, it'd be really cool to be in a relationship with you, but I really like doing my own things. So, you know, I'll think about you every now and then, but I'm not really the type to settle down and like move in with somebody. This is just like kind of nonchalant or even a little bit dismissive with someone saying, you know, this is just how I am. If you don't like it, I get it, but like, I'm not going to change for you. Yes, exactly, Elise. Hello, Eli. How are you doing? So, Eight of Cups in the reverse, Two of Wands in the reverse, Ace of Wands. So you missed that turn on the highway. You know, maybe now you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, but you can still double back and make, you know, your order for Hardee's and get that mushroom Swiss burger, whatever it is, right? You just have like a longer path. So the thing is, this person's making a mountain out of a molehill. There is a challenge or something they'd have to change in order to be with you. It's not about whether or not they can. It's about whether or not they will. It's up here, right? Two of Wands in the reverse. I regret choosing what I did. I regret feeling like there was nothing I could do to change the situation. Maybe I just needed to get like a little bit creative with it. Oh, looky there. Another opportunity. Maybe this time I should do it since I messed up the first one. King of Wands or King of, well, yeah, no, that's still the King of Wands. King of Wands in the reverse, the Moon in the reverse, and the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So it didn't really work out for me to be dismissive and stubborn. I might have been a bit angry or, you know, kind of unwilling to consider another perspective. I can see now why maybe what I said was not the right thing to say. So if I find myself wanting to have another chance, or if I'm excited because there's an opportunity to pursue what I've already rejected, then I need to really think about what I'm saying, because it's not like I can say, well, that's just not what I want, because here you are inquiring about whether or not you still have a chance, right? Hello, Matt. How are you doing? Hello, Aqua Beauty. Hello, Johnny. How's the pizza? Five of Rings or the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. Two of Rings or the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands in the reverse. We're in no contact, so I don't really know how you feel. I wonder if you're happy without me. It's been a little while. I know I'm the reason things ended. But the thing is, now whatever was, in the way isn't in the way. And I could take that risk if I wanted to. But now the question is, if I take that risk, would you be happy that I did? Would you just kind of laugh at me like, too little, too late, loser? So that's the question now. It's not, oh, like logistically or, lifestyle wise. It just, no, now it's more like, okay, so if those barriers are removed and I could actually be with that person, would I? Would I? Hold on. I'm having a conversation with myself. Gosh. Hello, Christine. How are you doing? I won't lie. What I do, I draw the first couple of cards when I'm trying to figure out what the title is. And some days are easier than others. This is easy because it's just like already got the words on it, right? But if it's tarot, some days I look at it and I'm instantly like, I know what that is. Other days I'm like, is it this? Okay, cool. Thanks. That's why we have validation, right? Which is also why I would argue it's good to have more than one tarot deck. Yes, the whole point is they have to actually risk something. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love like tchotchke stuff. Do you guys know what that is? Like, I don't think everyone calls it that. If you go to some conference, there's a bunch of businesses that are like handing out little like thumb drives or keychains because it's got their stuff, it's got their name on it, right? It's free stuff. But after a while, you start to be like, I have approximately 28.5 of those keychains at home. So I don't know if I really need another one. Now, if it's a little notebook, I will take 18 of them, or 80, whatever you're allowed to give me. But this is somebody who's realizing maybe if I want something of value, there is an inherent cost to that. There is a risk that will always be there. It's never going to be perfect. The question is, do I want that new existence or do I want to stay where I am? This number 13, the girl is about innocence or new beginnings. And it feels to me like someone is drawn to a new beginning because they feel there is some like pure happiness or joy. Either they feel that's you or they know that they would be happy if they were with you. It's just, can I take that leap of faith? Can I take that risk? Hello, Pharaoh. How are you doing? Yes, exactly. So we've got the mountain, number 21. All right, you can have whatever it is you want, this new life, right? You want to be with this person who makes you feel young again. You're going to have to climb that mountain. Do you have good hiking shoes? I've got some right over there. I could lend them to you. What size are you? This is like, it's no joke. Okay, you got another chance. You've been like moping around about not having this thing that, it didn't work out or whatever. Okay, what if I just like drive you over to that person's house right now? You hopping in? It's like the universe is testing this person. We're making it somewhat easy for you. Are you still gonna like punk out? Are you? It's not me, okay? That's the universe talking. Mostly. Fortune favors the bold, my friend. So we've got 28, masculine energy. Okay. So this is the anchor, number 35. And I think sometimes that has a negative connotation, but this is somebody who is taking action towards something that would be long-term happiness, or perhaps a living situation that they'd prefer. But the stability seems to be what they envision if they were to be with you. Maybe they're, appreciative that that's not the only way, but it seems like the best way. Is it because you cut off the crust from the edges of the sandwich? Yeah, is it? You don't have to lie to me. Or do you toast the bread for your peanut butter banana sandwiches? Do you? Did I say hello to Jamie yet? Sorry, we're on the 4th reading of the day, so it's getting a little more hazy for me to keep track of that, guys. We've got the King of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. So I might have been just a little bit mean. Look, we've all been there, okay? There are definitely times where I was like, oh God, what did I just say? I'm sorry. This is a recognition and I think an acknowledgement. I said something I shouldn't have. I let my passion kind of take over me, or my emotions take over me, when I should have been more inquisitive, or I should have given you a chance to tell me your side of the story. Maybe they didn't give you that opportunity to, express your version of events or your understanding of the situation. Hermit, Knight of Wands in the reverse, Eight of Swords, Ten of Cups. It's been a little while and it's not been easy to be no contact. I think about talking to you all the time. There's this impulsive energy that takes over them at a certain part of the day. I feel like for many of you, it's at night. For at least several of you, there's 9 o'clock, maybe after their favorite show, or after they get off work, or as they're climbing into bed, whatever their routine is. But it's like this impulsive energy pops up and they're like, I could just call that person. I could just message them real quick and see what's going on. I could. But instead they find themselves in that Eight of Swords energy again. Well, what if they don't want to hear from me? What if I get rejected? What if that doesn't go well? Right? Well, the best things in my life that have gone well are things that before I attempted them, I was like, Carmen, you crazy. That is not going to work out. Do you know how many people thought I was stupid for wanting to set up my YouTube channel? It's the easiest example for me to use. But I could also talk about trying to learn how to roller skate better at age. Well, I'm not going to tell you ages, but sometimes the best thing about life is being able to be just a little bit crazy every now and then. Let's normalize the word crazy to accommodate for the fact that sometimes people have different perspectives, or sometimes you gotta get your joy wherever you can. Okay. If it's because I feel like moving around on 8 wheels, then so be it. Queen of Cups, 4 of Wands. Looky there. Okay. So after running a report on my recent conversations, my internal AI has determined that I was perhaps careless and rude in our last interaction. And AI has suggested that perhaps it is time for me to acknowledge that I have, in fact, got emotions. I might have spent a little bit too much of my life setting aside the emotional side because it made me feel like I didn't have control. And when I got closer to you, or when I got to know you better and I realized I wanted to have something real with you. It freaked me out in part because emotions are really not like my specialty, man. This is a King of Swords, okay? King of Swords, Queen of Swords. This is why we don't pay attention to gender. This could be anyone, right? You might literally be an air sign, or your person might be. But when you come out as the King and the Queen of Swords, you're probably very smart. You're probably very experienced, or you're seen as an expert in a particular area. You might be really good at math or science. Like, you see things black and white. When people get all emotional, you're like, what? Emotions? When you think about how people compose music, you might be like, because it's more about black and white. It's more about here's how things are, and that's why I told you we couldn't be together. But they have found this emotional side of themselves, and they've gone through a little bit of a level up, okay? Maybe I wasn't seeing things the way I needed to, which is why I decided to leverage this Hanged Man energy and gain a new perspective. Upside down, like inspired by Spider-Man. Hello, King the Eagle. How are you doing? Yes, I agree. It's kind of freeing, to just feel comfortable admitting you did something dumb. Like, I tell you guys about all these silly things that I do, and I don't know, maybe you'll make fun of me, but I don't really care. It's liberating to just be yourself. And this is somebody who's acknowledging that they have been a little bit uncomfortable or even afraid of being themselves, and acknowledging that emotional side of themselves, in part because they don't know if they can have a good outcome from that. Maybe they've got some, lingering trauma or sense of betrayal from previous relationships. But Three of Cups in the reverse. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I created these barriers or built up all these reasons in my mind why I couldn't be with you. Things that seemed like, literal brick walls, right? There's a fence between us. You're in a different state. You're in a different country. You're in a different time zone. I can't let those be barriers anymore, because you are different from the people that have betrayed me. I might have been dismissive. I might have found it easy to walk away. That's because I was lying to myself about how important you are, or whether or not we actually have this like strong of a connection. They didn't really want to admit to themselves that it was different from the people who they had felt let down by. All right, this is the energy oracle. Not yet, Voyager. Adjacent possibilities. Door to value. Oh, I don't know if I tell that story or not. Do I tell that story? Maybe. There's not always one path that you have to follow in your life. And sometimes when you're in a room, you may think that there's only one exit or only one entrance. And then you look around and you're like, oh, look at that. There's like a whole other door over there. This adjacent possibilities and door to value combo is saying somebody who probably used their career or where they live, or I don't know if I could sell my house. Maybe it's underwater. I mean that in the financial sense, but I acknowledge there's also been some really crazy weather. This is somebody who is using money in some way as a kind of a scapegoat or a justification for not pursuing a serious relationship with you. And they're starting to see that maybe there really is a way to get what they want and not have to sacrifice whatever this job or financial need is that they're addressing. What else do we have? Storm warning. Number 10. Angel of balance. So there's something that is a little bit uncomfortable, or I don't know, I want to say it has to do with family, but it could also have to do with their job. Whoever our King of Swords, Queen of Swords is, they acknowledge that there's something that is approaching or that they're probably going to have to deal with. For some of you, I do think this could be the death of a parent if the health is not so great for their parent. I wish great health for all of you, and my condolences if that's already happened. But this is someone who feels this is going to be not great, and I seem to have like cut off the person that would really be there for me, or at least help me to see the best way to maintain some sense of sanity or balance in my life, even when there's chaos. So am I going to contact this person? Am I going to try to figure out a way to, climb that mountain and get over whatever was the obstacle in my mind? This is the Kipper. Community in the reverse. Gift and marriage in the reverse. Why do I feel like this is a compromise? I feel like this is somebody who's like, I gotta make a big deal. I've gotta like show some sort of like big gesture. Maybe I'll move where you are, but I'm not ready to marry, or I'm not ready to move in. Maybe I'll, change jobs so that I can have the same schedule as you, but I still want to have like my friend night on Friday nights or whatever. It's okay. I want to make things work. I want to prioritize you, but I really want to make sure that this stays the way that it is. It's negotiating, but in a respectful way. I don't think it's, fine, I'll do what you ask, but you have to do this. That's how they talk when they do that, right? This is the Pulp Tarot. Death. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse and the Tower. I do really think that this is an ending that causes anxiety and stress for someone. I will always defend the Death card because it can be a beautiful card that talks about transformation, but I think this is an ending, and it could have to do with somebody who is, dealing with some health issues. So be there, hang out with the people that matter to you, pray for them if that's your thing. But this is somebody who feels like, when I have a really bad day, when I have to deal with a major loss or something in my life not going my way, the person that I want to see, the person that I want to talk to is you. But we're not talking. Four of Cups. So instead, I sit here and I think about what it would be like to talk to you instead of actually talking to you. Six of Cups, Temperance, Three of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel that this person looks at you as the number one candidate for who they want to hug on a difficult day, or who they want to actually show their emotions to. I feel like this is someone who doesn't like to cry in front of people. They'll do it, but it's not really a thing. There's something in your past with this person where you created stability or balance or You calmed them down when they were having a panic attack or a really bad day. They have since associated you with this sense of calm. If I had a bad day and nothing could really make me feel better, I would think about how it felt when you hugged me, or how you knew exactly what to say to get me to smile again, even though somebody had really irritated me. Hello, Shen. How are you doing? Agreed, Christine. Communication is generally pretty helpful. 9 of Pentacles and the reverse. World in the reverse. I wish I could give you a big old hug, because this seems like a pretty difficult time for whoever is this King of Swords. I don't like to be emotional. I don't like to be upset, but the thing that has happened is something that really does upset me. And I don't know if I want to deal with it or face it on my own. It's like they're saying their world has been turned upside down, whatever this change is. And they want somebody at least sitting next to them as they go through this. Even if you didn't say anything, if I could just, like, if I knew you were there, I would feel better. Page of Cups, 5 of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. For some of you, it is this life event that helps this person finally crack the seal on these emotions that they have hidden away for so long. And it is that sense of loss or grief that enables them to also tap into the love that they have for you and the desire they have for something meaningful with a person that they care about. Maybe for 20 years or 30 years or 40 years, I was able to put that to the side and, pretend that focusing on other things was what made me happy. But now that I have gone through this difficult situation, I want you there to give me a hug or tell me a joke or make me a cake. If I have a bad day, I do expect you to make me a cake, just so you know. Hello, Pharaoh. What's going on? 8 of Cups in the reverse. Strength. I may feel weak because my world is turned upside down. I may feel like things just aren't fair, or like I've had the worst day ever. But maybe that is what ends up giving me the strength that I need in order to be able to come back around and talk to the person that I miss. It's a bad day. I don't have time to feel guilty about wanting what I want. If you could make me feel better in this moment and you want to, then I'm just going to call you. I'm just going to text you. Hanged Man in the reverse. Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles in the reverse. But there's so many things to say. I'm in a difficult situation. I feel vulnerable. I feel like I should have seen things different a long time ago. And I am reaching out to this person that I think saw what I needed to see a long time ago. There's a little bit of hesitation. Like, are you going to judge me because I didn't see it this way earlier on? Or are you going to hug me and tell me it'll be okay? They don't really know what to expect, but what they really want is some consolation and to reconcile. Oh, Lord. Okay. This is the situations deck. What else do we have? Obsession in the reverse. Divine Feminine and pop-up. Are you happy without me? Because it feels like you're moving on. It feels like you used to be obsessed with me and now you're okay with things not working out. This is when this person pops up. I don't know how you feel about me. We haven't talked in a while. You might hate me, but I miss you. And I had a bad day. Can we cuddle? Ooh, what else do we have? We have lesson learned or done in the reverse. Trash in the reverse. There's something this person still needs to deal with. They have made progress. They have made changes. But when they show up, there's something that they have yet to do in terms of their spiritual healing in order to approach that relationship with you in a healthy way. I feel like you're going to understand pretty quickly what it is that they still need to work on. It could be the actual perception of your connection. Could we actually be happy together? Is there a world in which, you could live together, you could be happy together, you could be good to each other? There could be too much of a mental block for this King of Swords to allow for there to be some happy connection between the two of you. They may have outright disdain for or struggle with believing that marriage is something that works out. They may have been divorced and it may have been a really difficult divorce. Interview, talk, conversation, get on the same page. TikTok, deadline, time running out. I think there is a conversation. I think they may be kind of brushing over or not really getting detailed about how difficult things are and why it is that they wanted to hear your voice. But there's something that you do or say that helps this person zero in on that last little thing that they need to address in terms of their healing. There's no time to delay. There's no intermission. Do not stop, go. Do not make popcorn. If you want to make things work with this person, the divine feminine, doesn't have to be a female, right? Then we have to be cognizant that there's not a lot of time and there's something that this person needs to cut out of their life, this King of Swords. On the table, offer, proposal, commitment. Yeah, so for many of you, there's been some traumatic relationship with a person that was trying to control them. Somebody that was probably very jealous or possessive or did not respect them or their independence. As such, it has put this person into a place where it's a struggle to see how anybody could be happy in a relationship. Maybe there were multiple examples in their life as well, family or friends that were unhappy if they got married. So they might have just kind of created this boogeyman out of marriage. I don't know how I could ever be happy on that. But you have made a lot of progress for this person in terms of their ability to access and process and express their emotions. They may not be ready to propose to you tomorrow. They may not be ready to get married to you next year, but you have softened them in terms of, okay, just because I've had a bad experience in the past and somebody betrayed me or, talked me into commitment when I didn't really want it, that's not the same person. I can't attribute that issue from my past to you. You're clearly different. So you've made more progress than many other people who have tried to get this person to see that that burden from their past is not what is currently going on, right? This is the signs of the times. I like that, Elise. How's it going, Dr. Emery? Hello, Bradley. What else do we have? medical staff, healing. Number 13. Number 3, yield, patience. Number 31, globe, possibility. All of these have the number 3, so you may be saying 333. Yes, this King of Swords has been working on healing. Yes, there are things that they have addressed that they needed to, but you still have to be patient. There's something that still needs to happen, and if they're willing to do that, then I do see things moving forward. But the biggest element here is that our King of Swords energy has been able to see that there are obstacles that they perceive to be impassable that are nothing but, and that they are actually much more capable of having a happy relationship than they may have expected or felt initially, and that there is a real possibility that they could be happy with you. It's like I needed to do this little science experiment to make sure that something was real, or I needed to see if you were still interested in me, if I was willing to climb this mountain, because I didn't want to like go through the effort of putting on those hiking boots if you didn't want me to actually climb that mountain. This is the Poe Tarot. I don't read these in the reverse, by the way. Hello, Kai. How are you? What else do we have? Ace of Wells. That's the Ace of Cups, by the way. And the Four of Paws, or the Four of Pentacles. Beauty of whatever kind in its supreme development invariably excites the sensitive soul to tears. There's beauty that this person has seen in you, the love, like object of their affection, right? And there may have been some similarity in terms of that sparkle that you have and whatever is associated with this loss or the grief that they're going through. There's some tie between them. And as they lose one thing that glitters and sparkles to them, it makes them more cognizant or aware of what they risk losing if they don't try to secure a life with you, because you also sparkle. You have this beauty that enables them to feel emotions that they have tucked away for a long time that are now resurfacing and they cannot hide from. I felt irresistibly impressed with the presentiment of some vast good fortune impending. Maybe I was too harsh on you. Maybe I judged you a little unfairly. Maybe I could actually be really happy with you. Maybe we could be, the couple that people are jealous of. Maybe I could actually be in a committed relationship. Queen of Candles or the Queen of Wands. O lady dear, hast thou no fear? Why, and what art thou dreaming here? Sure thou art come o'er far off seas, a wonder to these garden trees. See, you represent some diversion from the norm. You are different. You don't seem to have some of these qualities of people that have betrayed this King of Swords or shown, that they were willing to betray their morals in pursuit of what they wanted. You've shown yourself to be different. Like I said, you sparkle in a way that this thing or this person that they miss sparkled. For some of you, this is very specific, but for some of you, there is a grandparent that said the only love interest they ever approved of for this King of Swords was you. That's not for everyone. But to get that kind of approval was a big deal. And this King of Swords had to rethink how they approached it. But it says you come from far away seas or from far away. There's something different about you that may have been kind of an issue initially, or it's quite literally the fact that you are at a distance that it was kind of difficult to understand how you could be in a committed relationship. But you are not forgettable. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, o'er many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. You know what that means, right? They've been looking at your text messages. They've been thinking about the conversations you had where you made them feel special. This is the Emperor. I feel emotions. I feel I miss you. I don't know whether or not you're happy without me, but I'm starting to see that maybe we could have some sort of significant relationship now that I've removed some of those barriers in my mind that made me feel like it was impossible. This is the Love Oracle. I'm good, Guy. Kai, I'm getting hungry. I'm daydreaming about the food I have in my refrigerator. Yeah, yep. I think that's what I'll make. What are you guys eating for food? You got dinner? I mean, you might be in a different time zone. Maybe it's breakfast time for you. Or maybe you like to eat breakfast for dinner. There's that obsession card again. Remember we had it over here? So I don't read these in the reverse either, but it's funny because the next card out is resistance. Yeah, sometimes I get a little carried away. Maybe I forget that there are things that make it difficult for me to actually be with this person. So I let go of this obsession because of those reasons. Or I've seen that you're not willing to access those emotions that you feel for me. So I'm starting to let go of the feelings that I felt for you. There's a push and pull dynamic here between these two. Rejection. I do think there's a strong fear of rejection on the part of the King of Swords. They may have been abandoned or felt dismissed in their childhood. Broken, shattered, heartbroken, and destroyed. This is what they have needed to work on. It could be the thing that they still need to work on, but it's this sense of rejection from their past that has made it difficult for them to envision someone choosing them like every day. Escaping, avoiding, blocking, and pushing away. So maybe it's easier to avoid that inevitable disappointment or betrayal if I just walk away before you can. Hello, Aquarius. How are you doing? I like it, King the Eagle. That's fair, Matt. Yeah, I get that. So we've got fantasy, daydreaming, imagining, fantasize. Being with you was never something that I thought was a reality. There was always something that I thought would get in the way, or I never thought people would like approve, or, would you move here? Would I move there? I wish things were different. Conflict, clashing, differences, incompatibility. Your family would never accept me, or my family doesn't like you. Whatever it is, there were these things that felt super important that made it unlikely the two of you could figure it out. And now it's like they're looking at this like, well, I could probably do something about that. I'm telling you, someone thinks you're really attractive. This is another reference to beauty. Charming, graceful, kind-hearted. But it may be more than just your physical beauty. They may feel that it's your soul that's beautiful, or that's extra beautiful. Intimacy, bonding, sensual, and confiding. They feel like they could actually trust you. So if they were to tell you their secrets or, their dreams, you wouldn't laugh at them. You wouldn't share them. Hello, Jenny. How are you doing? What else do we have? Divine masculine. Bluff, pretending, mask, exaggeration. Clinging. Another reference to obsessing. Second word on there. And memories, reminiscing, dwelling, and bittersweet. I can't get over you. I can't stop thinking about you. When I told you I wasn't interested, or when I told you that I couldn't ever see myself being in a relationship with you long term, I was lying. I could see myself in a relationship with you long term. I can't stop thinking about you, and I keep thinking about our memories or rereading our text messages. So I guess I'm going to have to decide, is it worth it or not? Should I let go of this thing from my past that made me feel like I couldn't be with you, or am I going to let that get in the way of us being together? This is the Romance Angel Oracle. What else do we have? Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. That's the thing that is still left on this person's to-do list. And it's not like it takes 3 minutes, okay? It's not like making some easy mac in the microwave. Forgiveness is for you just as much as it is for the person that you're forgiving, because you're saying, hey, this burden is kind of heavy. I don't know if I want to keep carrying it. You're supposed to climb a mountain, you know? I wouldn't carry it if you didn't have to. Hello, Mountain Girl. How's it going? Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Flirt. Why do I feel like this person's kind of like serious? Look, maybe you don't realize that you're actually really good at flirting. You just have to like, you know, give it a try and you'll get a little bit better at it each time. But somebody here needs to dedicate a little bit more of their energy to being lighthearted and fun with this person they're in love with. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. There could be people that don't support the two of you being together if you have been raised with very different belief systems or in different socioeconomic situations. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. This is somebody's focus or has been someone's focus, right? I think this King of Swords knows, I want to make sure that I have this Pentacles situation and my healing addressed. And if I do, could I potentially go back around to this no contact person and be with them? If that works out, would you want that? They're not sure if you still have those feelings, right? All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I hope to see you on the next reading. Toodles.